As the master of the universe, the Immortal Venerable stood at the very peak of power. His strength was overwhelming. With just a burst of pressure, he could easily crush someone like Luo Feng. Compared to him, Luo Feng was like a mere ant. So the question arises, if the Immortal Venerable was already so powerful, why would he go out of his way to bully Luo Feng? Why would he personally step in to fight for the Earth? The answer is more surprising than you might expect. The real reason the Immortal Venerable wanted the Earth wasn't just for territory or resources. He intended to use Earth as an embryo, a place to nurture future generations of powerful beings. But let's go back a little to understand the full picture. After Luo Feng was pursued by the immortal Zerg Queen, he found himself in a desperate situation. Just when he was on the verge of being captured or even killed, the Nine Swords Venerable arrived to save him. The Nine Swords Venerable was a truly terrifying existence. His strength was far beyond that of the Zerg Queen. During their battle, he created a powerful space barrier, cutting off all escape routes for the Zerg Queen. Facing certain defeat, the Zerg Queen had no choice but to resort to a desperate measure. She ordered her army of Zerg warriors to self-destruct. Their combined explosion managed to tear open the space barrier, just enough for her to escape, barely clinging to her life. Witnessing this battle left a deep impression on Luo Feng. For the first time, he truly understood an undeniable truth about the universe. Only the strong have the right to survive. Without overwhelming power, you are nothing more than prey for others to hunt at their convenience. Carrying this heavy realization in his heart, Luo Feng planned to return to Earth. But before he could even make it home, another crisis emerged. The Immortal Venerable himself appeared, threatening Luo Feng with overwhelming force. Even though he was communicating from afar, the pressure the Immortal Venerable exuded through the screen was enough to make Luo Feng feel as if the sky itself was collapsing on him. The Immortal Venerable didn't mince words. He demanded that Luo Feng sell him the Earth. However, Earth was not just any planet to Luo Feng. It was his home, his roots, and a place with incredible hidden value. Luo Feng refused without hesitation. He would never hand over his birthplace so easily. This enraged the Immortal Venerable. He unleashed his power, severely injuring Luo Feng, even breaking his bones. It was a brutal reminder of how vast the gap in strength was between them. Still, Luo Feng's determination did not waver. He endured the pain and stood his ground. In the end, the Immortal Venerable relented, at least on the surface. Instead of taking the entire Earth, he forced Luo Feng to sell him just a small piece of land. Only then did the immediate threat pass, and Luo Feng was able to return to Earth. But trouble didn't end there. Soon after, the Nightmare Candle King appeared, creating yet another crisis. Unlike the Immortal Venerable, the Nightmare Candle King chose a far more despicable tactic. He kidnapped Luo Feng's family to force him into submission. His demand was the same. He wanted ownership of the Earth. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the True King, a powerful protector, personally intervened. Thanks to the True King's arrival, Luo Feng's family was saved, and the Nightmare Candle King's plot was foiled. But this situation revealed something deeper. Why were so many powerful beings targeting Earth? What made this seemingly insignificant planet so important? The truth lay in Earth's hidden potential. The Immortal Venerable noticed that geniuses like Luo Feng and Hong originated from Earth. He believed that Earth's environment was uniquely suited to producing future talents, warriors of rare power and potential. In the eyes of beings like the Immortal Venerable, Earth was not just a planet, it was a fertile ground for nurturing future champions. He saw Earth as an embryo, a seedbed where countless extraordinary beings could be cultivated to serve his future ambitions. As for the Nightmare Candle King, his motivations were a little different. Of course, he wanted Earth for the same reasons, the possibility of cultivating future talents. But there was also a personal grudge. Luo Feng was a disciple of the True King, and the Nightmare Candle King hated the True King. By targeting Luo Feng, he hoped to get revenge indirectly. Even though the Nightmare Candle King's strength as an immortal-level warrior was higher than Luo Feng's at the time, he was narrow-minded and petty. He didn't dare face the True King directly, so he repeatedly harassed Luo Feng, often bringing along a large group of followers to suppress him. However, every time the True King showed up, the Nightmare Candle King had no choice but to back down immediately. His arrogance would evaporate the moment real power appeared before him. For Luo Feng, having the true king as a protector was a blessing. Without him, Luo Feng would have been crushed countless times by the likes of the Nightmare Candle King or any other immortal level warrior. At his current level, Luo Feng was still too weak to stand alone. But all of this is just temporary. Luo Feng's journey of growth had only just begun. His potential was limitless. As he continued to cultivate and fight, his power would eventually surpass the enemies who once bullied him. One day, beings like the Nightmare Candle King, who once seemed untouchable, would be nothing more than insects under Luo Feng's feet. On that day, Luo Feng would no longer need anyone's protection. He would rise high above the universe, standing proudly on his own, becoming the one others look up to, or fear. Thanks for watching. Luo Feng's journey is far from over, and his rise to power is just beginning. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Stay tuned for more epic tales from the universe. See you in the next video.